Look at this evening's handout, to page 3. There at the bottom of the page you'll see a brief version of one of the myths, the stories that were told about Baal.
The Bible is literature. It's an introductory literature course in the English department. I try to make it very clear from the first evening that we're going to be looking at the Bible, trying to understand it in its historical context. It doesn't matter whether we're atheists, agnostics, Presbyterians, or Muslims. We are none of us 8th century Israelites. We are none of us New Testament Christians.
I view it as a story, as literature, and I'm reading it like I would a novel. And I'm gaining a different perspective on the names and the players and the events and the maps by looking at it through those eyes.
I love sitting down with students who never read Shakespeare, who are unfamiliar with the Bible, and talking about these matters, awakening their interest, getting them excited about these things, excited in the way that I'm excited. I think that's infectious.
I really enjoy the asides that come about, all the references to various other cultures and whatnot, the relations to modern day culture, the ancient cultures. All those references fascinate me.
Literature allows you to enter into other minds, enter into other times. That's valuable. It's important for us as human beings and as citizens to be able to imagine ourselves into other heads, to understand other cultures. Taking students on study abroad programs has been a tremendous thrill and a wonderful learning experience. The kick that I get out of literature is essentially the same kind of experience. We're trying to understand the people we're meeting. We're trying to understand their attitudes from the inside. And in order to do that, you need to read, you need to talk to people, you need to exercise your imagination. And of course, that's exactly what I'm trying to do with Shakespeare in the Book of Judges.
David was sought out by Samuel. He did not seek the crown. And now we have a continuation of that tradition. Solomon does not seek the throne. Adonijah, the bad guy, does seek the throne.
I encourage students to ask questions, and every week I write up responses to student questions, the questions that I couldn't answer off the top of my head, or questions that I can better answer in writing. Those questions send me back to the books and of course have me looking at things that it would never have occurred to me to look at on my own.
He tries to relate the information in the Bible to things that are pertinent to the students.
If students give you an answer that you're not expecting, you need to work with that answer, whatever it is. You need to be sufficiently master of the material that you have more than one track through the material. You're actually engaging students, and that has been the ideal of teaching, to get students so much involved in what they were reading that the teacher just became one of the group. I'm in a conversation with the students.
He knows almost everyone's name in the class, despite the fact that there's about 97 students in the class. He still knows each one of us personally. I
start getting jumpy in the half hour before class. I'm eager to get down there. I have things that I want to talk about with the students, see how they'll respond to this, see how they'll respond to that. I've got this question for them and that question for them. And it's something I look forward to. And this life has been it was more than I ever imagined it could be.